So how does the Cybertruck's frunk open? Well, you'll just have to, wait and see for that one. Okay, it opens like the Model X frunk, guys. Nope. Oh, okay, that's not what I said.
Okay,
That's
sorry.
not what I said.
What does it open like the lightning?
Maybe.
Okay, it opens like the lightning, guys.
At least we want it to. It would be cool if it did. I'm not sure if that's legal, actually.
So, is it not like the lightning? Are we talking a Rivian frunk or are we talking a lightning frunk?
You'll have to wait for the delivery event when we'll announce all that.
When's the delivery event?
I don't know.
Okay,
Got it.
we don't know, guys.
I apologize in advance for all of the whiplash going around surrounding the Cybertruck frunk rumors, because we keep getting conflicting information, but the latest report definitely is more on the positive side, and it's pretty rare that I have any kind of positive Cybertruck news, so I wanted to talk about it and kind of clear the air about what has been said. So originally, first spotted by Josh West on Twitter, he noticed a very, very close-up shot of the Cybertruck frunk, which I thought was a great indication that it would have a lightning-style opening because it had this very symmetrical and consistent seam going all the way down to where the steel meets the front bumper. So in my big video talking about the pre-production model, I said I'm pretty confident that the Cybertruck is going to have a lightning style opener, but many comments weighed in on this, which I'm still unsure if they're right or not, but many were saying that no, Drew, the Cybertruck can't have a lightning style frunk because there's a legal requirement from the NHTSA or whoever decides car design in the US that you can't have the front-facing headlights of the vehicle on any type of moving piece. And the F-150 Lightning puts their primary headlights off to the side, that way they get to bypass this law, whereas because the Cybertruck has one singular light bar across the whole thing, everyone said basically with the current iteration of Cybertruck design, having a lightning style frunk like that will not work. And I felt reassured by a lot of those claims once Matthew DR dropped his video explaining all of the exclusive specs and details that he learned about the Cybertruck after interviewing Franz, Tesla's chief of design, and in that video he claimed that the Cybertruck would have a regular frunk just like the Model X, which definitely was a bit of a bummer for all of us. So that's what I thought was the latest rumors, but apparently Matthew took to Twitter after a couple days and realized that he had multiple friends that were at that same event telling him that part of the video was wrong, and other people taking to Twitter claiming that they asked Franz about the frunk various times, and he reassured them time and time again that the frunk is like the lightning and the entire piece opens up. So now I'm still a little bit confused because I definitely believe the people claiming that it's a legal requirement for the headlights to not be on a moving piece, but maybe Tesla found a bit of a loophole to this law, similar to what Model Y Mike on the last EV podcast was pitching, which is that the bulbs in the headlights themselves are kind of behind that clear bar, and that way when the Cybertruck frunk lifts up, those front-facing headlights aren't actually moving, they're just kind of shining through that clear piece on the front. Now, whether or not that counts and whether or not they're allowed to get away with that, I'm still not entirely sure, and I should probably stop relying on commenters for a lot of figuring out what is a legal requirement and what isn't, because most of the time you guys are pretty spot on, and clearly a crowd of 10,000 people is going to collectively have a lot more knowledge than just one guy can have. But there have been various times in the past where people will say things like, no, Tesla can't deliver a vehicle with the yoke like they did on the Model S and X. Everyone said, yeah, no, that's not legal, they can't do that, and then Tesla went ahead and did that, and it turned out to be, oh, actually, it's not illegal. There was just a bunch of people that thought they knew about safety laws and what the US government requires, and they were kind of armchair experts. But I'm guilty of that as well. Either way, though, getting multiple sources all now agreeing that the Cybertruck will have a lightning style frunk is definitely more exciting and more interesting to see, and absolutely all of us are now kind of excited for how deep is that frunk, and does it have the drainage hole, because Sandy Monroe seemed to be a big fan of that, and Tesla likes Sandy. So could the Cybertruck potentially have the biggest frunk on the market? Plus, this would be the first time a Tesla has a powered frunk. Even the Model X, which costs well over $100,000, you still have to manually open and close that frunk yourself, which is why I kind of start to understand Elon's comments about the Cybertruck being the best product they've ever come up with. Couple that with the over 6-foot bed in the back, and we're talking about some pretty insane storage capability for this pickup truck, and I'm very excited to see Tesla sending out more job applications every day for more people to work on the Cybertruck assembly line, which I just want to show those job applications to everybody that claims the Cybertruck is vaporware and is never coming out, because why is Tesla hiring for this vaporware project that isn't going to ever happen? I don't know. I feel like it's kind of silly with all of the various stages of vehicle development to act like anything that hasn't been delivered is vaporware. You're gonna be really bored and proven wrong the vast majority of the time. So maybe the Roadster can be vaporware. That might be a better argument, but as encouraging of all of these reports are, I gotta admit, after looking at the clock, we're in mid-March right now, and I've been following Joe Tegmeyer's posts very, very closely, and we're still not even at the point where we're seeing, like, test Cybertrucks driving around Giga Texas, which the reason that's a substantial milestone for me is that would be the first Cybertrucks that aren't built out of, like, handmade prototype materials and are actually made using the 9,000-ton Gigapress and the production tooling components. So that's why I'm getting kind of nervous already that Tesla still is saying things like the Cybertruck production is gonna start mid this year, because the middle of this year is like 90 days away. Do I think Cybertruck deliveries are gonna start in 90 days? Heck no, there's so many more stages we have to go through. Usually there's an EPA test that gets filed several months before deliveries begin. At least that's how it went with the first 4680 Model Y. So given we still haven't gotten an EPA filing for the Cybertruck where we find out about the total range and the efficiency, that's going to be an exciting time for sure. And that's personally why I would love for Tesla to do an updated Cybertruck event, because a lot of these crucial specs that we're interested in are going to be revealed publicly, whether Tesla wants them to or not anyway. But knowing Tesla and how quiet they were about the Plaid Model S until the delivery event, and same thing with the Tesla Semi, it's quite likely that Tesla's not going to reveal any of the concrete specs like the range or the pricing until the delivery event, which at this pace might not even be until the fourth quarter of this year. And even then, it could end up being a lot like the 4680 Model Y or the Tesla Semi, where they don't tell us what the actual pricing is. They just start deliveries, but they deliver them to employees first, which are under NDA, and those employees here and there will talk about the Cybertruck on their LinkedIn page and say how great it is and how much they love it, but they won't reveal what they paid for it. My kind of evil Tesla theory that I could actually see them doing is keeping the Cybertruck deliveries internal, so just for employees for the first 5 to 6 months of production, because they're going to be building so little and probably ironing out all the kinks. They price it at like $79,000 for employees. That way the employees get the full $7,500 tax credit, and then once they actually start delivering to customers that aren't employees, that aren't under NDA, that's when they start jacking the price way past $80,000, because they know there's so much demand for it, they don't really need to qualify for the tax credit. But here's hoping Tesla's not as evil as I think they are, and hopefully just tries to prioritize the tax credit, but I think that's a dangerous expectation to have. They're probably gonna price it pretty freaking high. But does having a powered frunk with tons of space kind of justify that for you guys? How crucial is having a 6-seater, and do you think that the Cybertruck is gonna have Steam game library support just like the new Model S and X do? All that stuff, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And thank you to everybody supporting this channel directly. Seriously, helps us out a ton, as does just watching these videos. So thanks again. Have an excellent rest of your day.